Yes, hello and welcome to the Red Centre Racing Review. I'm your host, Pat Comerford, and thank you very much for joining our program. Well, the carnival has officially arrived, and day one of our 5 big meetings over the next month begins this Saturday. The first feature race, the 2019 Guineas for our 3-year-olds. 7 races complete this Saturday's fixture for Ladies' Day. Let's waste no more time and dive right into it.
Imparja presents the Alice Springs Turf Club Red Centre Racing Review.
The Alice Springs Turf Club this weekend is excited to have a total of 69 acceptors across 7 races. Rail is in the true position, DR is the code. Saturday forecast sunny, 32 degrees. We now head to the 1100 metre mark for race number 1, a 0 to 66 rated affair. A field of 6 are set to take to the track for the opening event on the card. Our smallest field for the day, but what a competitive race to get the ball rolling. On first up form, it's all Wingard's mark for me. 2-2-0 while fresh. It draws super, and I'd expect it to be sitting just off the pace, letting the leaders go berserk up front, round the small field and swamp them late. Shining Mane should lead. It impressed at 0 to 64 grade last start. A close second, just getting caught. Jailhouse Rock returns, first up since Cup Day last year in Alice Springs, and Sabai returns to the track, looking to impress after a forgive and forget opening run of its 2019 Alice campaign. 1, 3, 2 and 4. The second race of the day is our open handicap over 1100 metres. Some quality sprinters taking to the track here in what could be seen as an early prelude for the Pioneer Sprint. It's Rembrandt for me here to start off a big day for the Savage stable. It has continued to impress thus far in 2019, and on consistency alone, it's my winning hope. Live Fast is in for second. They went very quick for it last start over 1,000 metres. Barrier 1 and 1,100 metres up in distance are both ticks in my book for this runner. Ice Flow returning is in for third, and Lock the Doors off a 7-day backup and victory needs to be considered. 4, 8, 1 and 2 in the second. The third is a 0 to 70 dash over 1,000 metres, a field of 7 in the third on the card. We see multiple top hopes in this race. First up, beginning their carnival campaigns, and it's the top weight, in my opinion, that certainly is a big watch. It never wins by much, Tea Tree Gully, but always gets there right in the nick of time. 57.5 kilos for the chestnut this start, with the claim of apprentice Dan Morgan, who has had much success with this horse, and I believe we could be seeing it continue its win streak this weekend to 3 on the trot for trainer Greg Connor. The Hummel is another that on its day could blitz this field. Nordic Eclipse needs to be considered, even though it may need more ground and a run under its belt. And finally, Champers, who is up in grade but has run a drum before at this class. Amazingly, behind both Tea Tree Gully and the Hummel last November. Race number 4 sees the barriers head out to the 1,400 metre mark, and an interesting Victorian inclusion, Downhearted, which was formerly in the care of Mick Price and prepared for the Clark stable in the NT by Murray Bridge trainer Matthew Sayers, is making its NT debut this weekend at Pioneer Park. This Starcraft gelding on ability should go very close here, but the question mark is the dirt and how it handles the surface. I have it on top nevertheless, and I'm giving it a chance from Lake Jackson, Bell's Lad and Commissar. 4-2-1 followed by 6. The fifth is also at the 1,400 metres, a 0 to 66 race with a full field of 12 runners. Well, it's full fields for the remainder of the meeting, and what a great result that is for our Ladies' Day attendees at Pioneer Park on Saturday. In the fifth of the day, I am all about our tickets. It unfortunately lost momentum for a brief moment 50 metres from the line last start, an unforeseen circumstance that didn't allow it to reach the eventual winner, which was Zap. It was a tragedy beat, and both the horse and rider, I'm sure, will be looking for redemption there. I have this George Cook runner on top from Lindwall, whose last start you can put a line through, Babe in Boots, who is looking to keep its win streak alive, and also Allspice, who didn't have ground last start over 1,100 metres to run on. 1,400 metres is a big plus, in my opinion. My numbers, 5, 4, 1 and 2. The second last on the card is our feature. A big thank you to our wonderful team here at Imparja Television, our sponsors for the 2019 NT Guineas for the 3-year-olds. Yes, it's the race we've all been waiting for. 12 runners and 2 emergencies ready to hit the track for this battle over the mile. But will it be a battle or will it be a one-horse race? Odds-on favourite Savatu XL looks the class runner in this main race, and although it still needs to go out and win, this could honestly be the biggest certainty for the Alice Springs Carnival. What a class horse, and we do wish the Connections the best of luck. Might be a little bit too short for us punters to join in on the action come Saturday. In moderation, though, is one of my smokies. I'm hoping for a nice run-on-late performance by this horse. Black Haze is in for third, who impressed in both its work and race day performances leading up to this big dance. And finally, Mandator, who is yet to run out of the money in its career thus far. Pretty impressive. 11, a very, very good thing, followed by 4, 1 and 7. The last is a 0 to 58 1200 to wrap up the day, where we see what we thought was a Guineas runner, except for another race. And I certainly do have 3-year-old Bar Gem on top in the last, who it seems is instead going to work up the grades at suitable distances as opposed to targeting the mile. Off its maiden win, it should go very close here in the last. Blazing Bullet, a big threat here, despite the weight that it will have to carry. Dream Passenger, off a nice win at the grade, is in for third. And finally, Beth Rose to lead them up and be contending with jockey Brendan Davis at the corner. 6, 1 and 11 and 9 are my numbers for the last. It's now time for Best Bets. Well, Savatu XL in the Imparja Guineas is obviously a class above, but won't be long enough in its price, unfortunately, to be worth a bet. Outside of it, I think the full fields in race number 5 and race number 7, our tickets in race 5 and Bar Gem in the last will be two horses I'll be following with interest on Saturday. Due to the number of runners, we might be able to be provided with some value. Well, that's all we have for you here today. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope to see you on course Saturday afternoon for Ladies' Day and the Imparja Guineas, or tuning in across the country on the red and blue channels. We'll catch you next week, and as always, please gamble responsibly.